Hey folks, see your speed here. Listen, my friends and fellow riders, I got to tell you, I have been thinking and doing research, thinking carefully about what it is I'm about to do as I take the Busa onto the track. And I always take calculated risk. I don't take uncalculated risk. I don't like taking uncalculated risks. They don't make a lot of sense for me. So what I choose to do is plan what I intend to do and then go forward and get it done. So I did research and I thought about some of the things that most people say about the Hayabusa. Most people say, oh, the Hayabusa is a great bike, it's fantastic, it's really fast, but as far as turning corners with that puppy, I wouldn't do it if I were you. It doesn't make any sense. It's not a really good idea because it doesn't turn very well and it doesn't stop very well. Okay, well, one of those things can always be improved on any bike, and that would be the stopping. Another thing that doesn't require any kind of major re-engineering is putting different brake pads and different rotors on the bike, different brake lines and things of that nature, so that your brake cylinders, master cylinders, that way things work out the way you want them to work out, brake levers, that kind of deal. But as far as turning goes, I disagree. One thing that you might want to do is take a look at Hayabusa Gymkhana, Gymkhana, I believe is how it's spelled, Hayabusa Gymkhana. And you'll see, some of you may not be familiar with the Gymkhana event. I am not, I've never participated in one. I'm not intending on doing that with the Hayabusa. I intend to take it to the track up to Willow Springs where it can stretch its legs and have a good time and do what it's designed to do. But the Gymkhana puts an end to the discussion of can the Hayabusa turn. It's a silly discussion when people say that it doesn't turn corners. It turns corners. It turns corners just fine. I did some research. Here's some of my quick little notes that I'm going to read from for you. And I want to show you something really quickly, okay? On my 600 is a 2002. We're going to be looking at 3 different bikes and 2 different years on the 3 different bikes, okay? We're looking at my GSXR 600, we're looking at a GSXR 1000, and we're looking at my Hayabusa. The Gixxer 600, it's a 2002, right? That's the one that I have. The rake, in other words, the angle that the front forks are at, like a chopper has an angle way out here somewhere, like really cool, and the more sporty bike, the angle is closer to vertical than it is to horizontal. This is what the rake is all about, okay? So the rake on my GSXR 600 is 24 degrees. Guess what the rake is on my Hayabusa? 24.2 degrees, 0.2 degrees, okay? Guess what? 2002 GSXR 1000, guess what the rake is on that? 24 degrees. Wow. So again, 24 degrees for a GSXR 1000 of a 2002 vintage, and 24 degrees for a 2002 600 GSXR. 24 degrees, right? So I wanted to kind of even the playing field a bit, so I decided let's take a look at a 2009 Gixxer 1000. What is the rake on that? Well, I don't know if somebody felt it was necessary, but obviously the engineers did, and they made the rake of a 2009 GSXR 1000 23.9 degrees, 0.9 degrees. So we lost a degree from 2002 up to 2009 on the Gixxer 1000. We lost a degree because in 2002 it was 24 degrees, just like the rake of my 600. Now there's something else that matters. I'm not trying to give a class here, you guys. I really am not, okay? But there is something else that matters, and it has to do with the trail. The trail is part of the setup that allows your wheel, your front forks to turn, to fall into a turn, if that makes any sense. And I just kind of want to keep it simple because, like I said, I'm not trying to give a class to anybody. So the trail on a 2002 Gixxer 600 is 96 millimeters or 3.8 inches. okay? The trail on a 2002 Gixxer 1000 is 96 millimeters or 3.8 inches. Guess what the trail is on the Busa? 98 millimeters. I go up 2 millimeters in length of my trail, but it's not enough for it to change from more than 3.8 inches. So what do we have here? There's a lot of differences. It has to do with wheelbase and so forth and so on. Some of you guys, gals that are out there who build bikes, who engineer bikes and build them start out with a frame. You build a frame and you start out setting yourself up in what you're going to do with your rake and your trail, the way you angle your forks. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So when I think about what I have with the Hayabusa, I look at the fact that the Hayabusa was designed in a way to make sure that it not only set land speed records, but that it could turn a corner. I guarantee you it can turn a corner. I've seen some videos. One of my new track associates pointed out a video to me about a very famous motovlogger who decided that he finally got his hands on a Hayabusa, so he's going to take it onto the track. And as he took it onto the track, he wasn't ready for the bike to be on the track, and he wasn't ready as a track rider to have a Hayabusa on the track. I mean, it's just that simple. You don't want to bring the wrong tool to do the job that you're trying to get done. And so with the Hayabusa, you got to make sure that you've got the things under control as far as what it is that you plan to do. That's what I plan to do, make sure I have my stuff under control. I'm training, I'm working out, I'm doing all the things I need to do to make sure that I can have an enjoyable experience with the Busa. But I guarantee you a couple of things, folks. That Busa is going to turn some corners, it's going to lean into some corners. We're going to have a good knee scraping time with this bad boy. It's going to be fun. So I'll keep you posted as we go along. But for now, see your speed is out. Thank you for joining me, and I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.